Warning. The following program contains elements of nuance, sarcasm, and satire. If you are unfamiliar with these terms, it's highly suggested you pick up a dictionary or do a quick Google search. Some names have been redacted to protect the identities of all parties involved. Listener discretion advised.
For 12 minutes. And she's like, well, that's my time. Ugh. I hate her. Yeah, I know. I get so mad at the dumbest stuff. Like, I should be getting mad at, like, real important things, you know? Like Trump is president. I'm so mad. But no, I don't care about that.
Why would anybody get mad at that? That just sounds like a wonderful
I just get mad when you do
world.
12 minutes. When you had 20.
Whoa.
How dare you talk about Lord Hans that way?
Hey. There is no Asian hate on this podcast, Jake.
I don't actually pay any attention to Hans Kim. I'm sure I'd hate him too. Like, if he was okay, it's crazy because I hate probably every open micer except for you.
I feel so
I
good.
do hate Cue Ball, whoever that is.
No, so it wasn't Cue Ball. It was Pool Chalk Head or something like that.
Oh yeah, Pool.
So
I hate Pool Chalk Head.
So that's why I was confused. I was like, who has a flat white head?
We were trying to figure out who's
like,
Spaghetti Arms.
Spaghetti Arms.
He said Spaghetti Arms. I was like,
that could be any white guy in Seattle.
It could be Femi too.
Yeah.
Femi's. I mean, Black Spaghetti.
Black Spaghetti. Yeah.
Dude, Black Spaghetti. That's like the dopest rap name.
Well, Black Spaghetti could be a new thing. I mean, you remember Black Garlic? That just came out a few years ago. It's more intense than regular garlic. It really is. It's ask Guy Fieri. He uses it all the time at Tex Wasabi's.
What's Guy Fieri's? What's his like thing that he says?
He's all, we're rolling on through.
That's what he says.
Yeah. Get ready for another episode of Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives.
Dude, you look like Guy Fieri.
You
are? Are you Guy Fieri? Are you him?
Okay, guys, I have to admit, I am Guy Fieri. I've been on Ozempic for a while. That's why I look like this. But
I took Ozempic, but because I think it's the wrong pill for whatever.
So every dish that I like to prepare, I like to put tequila, lime, and iodine on my shrimp. and that's a flavor burst right there. That's a burst of flavor.
I heard his joke in iodine.
What's up, guys? Welcome to the Comedy Simp podcast.
Yeah, that's what it's called. I knew it was called. So, I was at what's Big Time Brewery? Is that what it's called?
Yeah, Big Time Brewery. Shout out Mike.
Yeah, shout out Mike Tony Heath.
Even though we're not talking about comedy.
Well, I said we weren't going to talk about comedy because I'm so mad at comedy.
Comedy is just.
I got booed off stage in it. I don't want to talk about it, but we will. But anyways, I was talking about this podcast at Big Time Brewery, and also it got some claps, so that's cool.
What?
Yeah, but Dolores goes, "What's it called?" And I was like, "I don't know, Comedy Simp maybe." And she goes, "I thought it was called Famous White Guys or something." And I was like, "I don't know what it's." I thought it was called Comedy Simp. I think it should be called Comedy Simp.
It is Comedy Simp. Each episode is going to have its own title. So Famous White Comedians was episode 1.
Okay.
And
Comedy Simp. Can I call this my podcast? Am I allowed to do that?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, because basically I'll do a couple episodes here and there, but the real episodes are going to be the ones that you're on.
Okay.
So the other
ones,
all the other ones are filler.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
Everybody the
ones with Big Time Mel and
yeah. Well, I was thinking.
Well, Sam, that guy's great. Shout out.
Well, I'm just going to be giving a lot of opportunities to some big names, like Adam Tiller, Quinn Fitzgerald.
Dude, okay. Adam Tiller is Jesus. Quinn Fitzgerald is Prophet Muhammad. I don't know.
Yeah.
All right.
So yeah, this is but it's a free flowing thing. We can do whatever we want, whenever we want. We can do multiple multiverses. You know, there's a multiverse.
Oh yeah, can we do the Spider-Verse?
Yeah, we're doing the hell yeah verse right now. You know.
Oh, I actually did say to PJ because I invited him to do this pod, and I said we should do a dual pod. One day.
Yeah,
and he was excited about it.
We should call it the On God pod.
The On God pod.
Yeah. So we both do our pod at the same time.
Yeah. and then you guys can compete who has more views at the time.
Or we just have guests that switch back and forth.
Yeah.
You know, he can come on the.
You got the same 5 viewers.
Yes, absolutely.
Man.
David's sister, she'll be our number 1 fan. Shout out.
David's baby mama. Yeah.
I actually have a really good question though. Rob, growing up, did you ever play sports?
Oh man, I did actually. Yeah, I played football in 9th grade.
Football? No, 9th grade. So did you do anything earlier than that? 9th grade is like, that's high school, man.
Well, yeah, but
what about when you were a child?
I went to a lot of different high schools too. It's a long, shitty story. But I did. I think the longest running thing would be Our Lady of Fatima soccer, which I did with Robbie Schrader. I think he was on that.
Nice.
Yeah.
Catholic
we
soccer.
We were an undefeated soccer team.
Catholic soccer. Wow.
I think Robbie was on it. I could be wrong though. But
you know, the thing about Catholic soccer is they don't use contraception.
Yeah.
Like
no abortions.
Like regular soccer. So you played soccer. That was your first sport, you remember?
No, T-ball was the first sport.
Okay, T-ball.
But our most important sport was soccer because we were undefeated soccer champs, Our Lady of Fatima.
And to all of our Latin brothers out there, Latinx brothers and sisters, that's also known as football.
Football Americano.
Football, but just for, you know.
The Latinx.
We're gonna just for that. We're calling it soccer.
Just for you, Michael Aguilera.
Yeah. So I never did soccer, but you did soccer, huh?
Yeah, that was like a big thing, and it makes sense though. Catholic school, Mexicano.
Well, I mean,
they're Catholic, aren't they?
And I'm not trying to be racist. We never try.
It's really unfortunate. So I said the N-word on PJ's podcast, and Femi mentioned later, he was like, you've been really racist on the pod. And I didn't remember that I said the N-word until I brought it up to PJ. And he's like, you said the N-word. That's probably why you said that. So I literally sent Femi like a voice message. I was like, hey, Femi, I just want to let you know I really love and respect you. And if I hurt you in any way, I'm sorry. And I did this like heartfelt apology. And then I'm like, that's probably racist what I'm doing now even. And anyways, my point is we don't try to be racist, but we are.
Yeah, we are, you know. So growing up in California, you know, there is a lot of Hispanic community. And soccer, the reason soccer was so popular is because you literally don't have to pay for anything. It's like it's shorts and pads. That's it. I wanted to be in roller hockey. My grandma was like, "Nuh-uh, you're going to be in baseball."
She said no.
She said, "You cannot.
No.
We cannot afford hockey." I was like,
Your
"Grandma
was an old Mexican woman."
I was like, "Wait a minute, you're not my grandma." She said, "You don't tell."
No.
We're going down an interesting path here.
Yeah, I mean it's fine. It's I'm not gonna get racist. I don't want to get booed off my couch.
Yeah, I don't want to boo you out. I don't want to have to cancel you. Out of this.
That sucked, man. I literally, we're talking about it, I guess.
Well, okay.
I didn't want to go because I was struggling financially at the time last week, and then Sam's like, he really wanted me to come. He's like, I'll give you some gas money even. Like, I just want you to come. It'd be really great to like support this mic. So I go and I try this set that I was really excited about. It worked in a pretty much all black room the night before about the American Society of Magical Negroes, which is a movie that's coming out. And as soon as I said it, these 2 white frat guys got really, really white guilty.
Yeah, you know, what I remember the most was you had a joke earlier about, like, I think I'm going to quit comedy or something like that. Yeah. And then you did a callback to it, and they cheered like you were gonna leave, and you're like, actually, no, I'm not done. Like that was just a fucking callback. So
yeah,
And the blonde black dude, I don't even think
Dude,
I think he was having a good time.
Yeah, he liked it.
Yeah.
I mean, I just had to get out of there, but
Yeah.
I really hated how they were just like, I did see him like, he was like vibrating, so he was laughing. But, so the one racist thing that I did say, I said, what's their magical power making your bike disappear? And he was laughing at that, but that's when they got really mad. And then they're like, don't worry, bro, we got your back. Like they put their hand on him and stuff. It's just like, dude.
Well, you did have another joke, which I actually really loved. And you said, Stephen Michael James talked about not being a great father. I think that's because he really wants to be black or something like that. But
yeah, I remember that.
The thing is, guys, that's not racism. That's just us making jokes and being funny.
Exactly. I mean, it's not racism. It's jokes.
So,
yeah.
I mean, look, if there were more white jokes, I would be happy to tell. I mean, I'm trying. I'm really trying.
I mean, my dad actually he hit me because I spilled a glass of milk when I was 2 years old. So that's pretty funny, right?
That's just sad. I was thinking more like, man, you guys ever wonder where it's like you get so many dividends, you don't know what to do with them. That's the kind of white jokes that I'm working on right now. But yeah, back to the whiskey.
That's a Jewish joke.
Back to the old whiskey mile. No, man, it's I've said it before, say it again. I feel like we're putting something together. It's a really nice vibe. Yeah, when you don't have that many people in the room and certain people aren't into what you're doing.
You know what? Jason McBride says something funny because I ranted to him.
Oh, yeah, we got a name drop. Jason McBride.
Jason McBride.
Yes, a working comic.
What did he say? I don't even know if I'm going to find it, but it was just basically like, social justice warrior, fraternity rapists or something. He's like, but I played on that. I was like, I wish a magical Negro would put a sleeping girl in front of them so that they could be distracted.
Yep, that's right. I don't know where to go with there.
Yeah, I know. This is a tough one. This is edgy.
Yes, it is. When does this movie come out? Because I think we need to go. We need to do.
I think we should
do a full review.
Where we go.
We should do a full review. I really want to see this, and I mean, look, the whole point of art is to entice, is to educate, and is to make you think a little bit.
Yes.
And for us closed-minded white boys, maybe we need some education.
Yeah, I know, right?
I watched 12 Years
I want to
a
go
Slave.
see the magical POCs do their thing.
Yeah.
So 2024 comedy is a comedy /
It's
fantasy.
a comedy. There's nothing. I guess that magic is.
It's a black comedy. You wouldn't get it.
Oh, it's like a dark.
Yeah,
comedy.
only Nate Jackson would get it.
I love when they. You know what?
It comes out March. Release date is March 15th, 2024. What's the date today? March 19th. It came out. 4 days
it's already
ago.
out.
It just came out.
All right, we're gonna end this
It came
pod.
out the day I got booed.
We're going to see this movie. No. Yeah, that's pretty.
Okay, it's called the American Society of Magical Negroes.
Okay.
And my first point was like, whoever made that title sounds so racist.
Yeah.
Like it sounds like that's the title I would have come up with. If I was in the writer's room, like, hey, we should call it the American Society of Magical Negroes.
So, but
it's supposed to
the
like
description that you were telling me, is that real? Is that really
everything is real?
Everything that it's about, like it's about.
It's a love story. Okay, so
it's about making white people not so nervous. Is that what?
Yes. Oh my God. So there's. Goddamn. There is and this is all from the trailer. There is in the trailer. There's this like old black man, and he's like introducing the young black man into the society, and he's like, "Yes, white people when they get nervous, and there's like a meter of like there's like a magical meter of like white nervousness. When they get nervous, things go really bad, and then the meter gets like on the red, and then they show a cop like pulling his gun out." And they're like, our job is to use magical tactics to keep white people at bay and peaceful. So then he's assigned the white or the black guy is assigned to a very nervous white guy who's like an analyst or something at an office, and he has to pretend he becomes his friend. So then I go, I wonder if Femi is a magical Negro, because he's our black friend. And anyways, then the magical Negro ends up falling in love with one of the coworkers. So it's actually a love story, and but he's not allowed to fall in love. So he has to do a bunch of loopholes.
Hold on. So wait, this kind of sounds like Angels, like that
it
movie
is.
City of Angels with Nicolas Cage,
it's very
where
much.
he falls in love with a woman, and now
course.
he's like, I'm no longer gonna be an angel. So he just decides, I'm no longer gonna be a magical
100%,
Negro.
100%. Yes.
He's just gonna be a regular Negro.
I don't know if that's what happens. That's the loophole. And then that was the final edit of my, because last night I did a deep dive into it and I wrote a whole essay about it. And I was like, oh, he has to find a loophole to get out of it. What is he, a Jew? But yeah, it's
I just want to.
When I was watching the trailer, it reminded me of something, and what you just said, Angels or whatever, Angels in the Outfield.
Yeah.
I don't fucking
City
know.
of Angels.
Yeah, it's all the same bullshit.
Remember that? I don't want the world.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
That's a fire song.
But for a movie like that today is like, what do they do? Okay, I just want to say one thing. How much money? Okay, I'm not gonna try and show how much you pay a month to live here, but for me, like I less than $3,000 a month just to live in my house a month.
Yeah.
A movie like the Blair Witch Project or what's the other one with the videotapes, Paranormal Activity?
Yeah.
Those movies cost like hundreds of thousands of dollars.
No, millions.
So think about this movie, this American Society of Negroes, which I don't feel uncomfortable saying it because we're allowed to say that word.
We're allowed to say Negro.
Yes, we are, because it's in
you're allowed to say it.
NCAA or something like that.
NCAA plus.
Yeah. Somebody spent millions and millions of dollars. We literally have me and Jake were just over at the AMPM in Linwood. There was 5 homeless people outside. There was one dude who's like DJing or something like that, like listening to reggae music. And literally, like, if we gave each of those guys $100, it would change their life forever. But instead, we're spending millions and millions of dollars on a movie about white people being nervous.
Yeah. And that's why there's so many homeless people.
Is that a Spike Lee joint?
Yeah, Tyler Perry presents.
Is it really?
No.
Yeah.
I wish. Dude, Tyler Perry is probably like, damn, this movie racist as hell.
But, yeah, I haven't been to the movies in a while, so I'd love to go.
We got to see it.
Yeah, we got to do a review.
And we got to do it. I mean, this podcast is kind of the review of it. And I'm really glad we're talking about it because I was kind of joking. I literally wrote an essay and sent it to him. And then he's like, I guess we're not doing the pod. And I knew he was joking, but I was like, we don't actually need, I was hoping it was all in jest. But I'm really glad we're talking about this because, there's a lot about this movie. It's insane. It's an insane movie, and it needs to be discussed on stage, especially by a white person like myself.
There you go. It's
or Nick Cody.
Nick Cody, yeah. Nick Cody is the one. What is mainstream pop culture anyways? Like, it just seems like at this point, whatever they want to tell you is mainstream is it's a lie. I mean, we're talking about who was at the Super Bowl? Was it Usher? Right?
Oh yeah, no, there's Usher.
Didn't Usher come out when I was in high school?
Yeah.
Like Beyonce has a country album coming out.
Yeah, I mean everything's the same. Like it's all I'm constantly, and I'm not anybody special who's doing this. I'm constantly touting the simulation theory.
Well,
it's all the same bullshit. We have been reliving and replaying this same fucking story since I was in that. Angels in the Outfield, City of Nicolas Cage. This is, black Nicolas Cage. It's all whatever. I don't know what it's.
Well, let me tell you.
Figure it out what I'm trying to say.
Here's the craziest thing. 2016, Joe Biden, Donald Trump, Deadpool. 2024, Joe Biden, Donald Trump, Deadpool. Are you excited about Deadpool? I am. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm really.
Can we still vote for Kanye?
Yeah.
Is that a thing?
I think we can. Well, have you seen Kanye's ads for the Yeezy stuff on Facebook? Like, it all looks like crap. And like,
I mean, everything he puts out is crap.
Everybody's like putting these comments, like these like slipper socks. Like he put like an iPhone next to some lady's feet running across the floor, and it's like $20 slipper socks. It's like, who the cares about Kanye's slipper socks?
We're going on tangents galore, but you just reminded me of the Trump sneakers. I have to get myself a pair of some Trump kicks.
I want to be 100% real for a minute here. Like, I'm not really a political guy, kind of lean towards the liberal, obviously, with the bleached hair and the gay. But for whatever reason, like, I had this hatred for Trump in 2016. I thought, this guy is everything against what the world is, where we're going. He's a TV star. He should have never been up here. He's an asshole.
He's orange. Like, the guy's gross as fuck.
And then COVID comes around. We get Biden. And it doesn't even, like, all of our passion of us hating each other and fighting each other, it just is like, oh, everything sucks now. Everybody's on fentanyl. Yeah. Everybody's on ketamine.
Everyone's suicidal.
Everybody's on mushrooms. Everybody's microdosing.
Yeah. Oh, dude, Elon Musk is on ketamine.
Yeah.
He just did an interview with Don Lemon, and they got in a fight in the interview.
Really?
Yeah, and Don Lemon's like, what's the deal with you doing ketamine? And Elon Musk's like, well, ketamine helps. If I was Tesla investors, and I'm making it go so high in the stock market, they want me to do whatever I'm doing.
I think we need to workshop this voice and bring it up to the stage, because I'm really enjoying this Elon Musk. What do you mean?
Yeah, okay. This is what makes me so mad too. When I say and do the shit that I do, and then people think I'm on the side of Elon Musk or Trump or something.
And like, we are going to come back.
I hate these people.
We're going to come back to Trump in a second.
Yeah,
so.
I despise these people. Like, I despise them all. Just because you guys pick half of them to like, I don't like any of them.
Yeah. But the thing, I flipped on Trump, you know.
You like him now?
I really
you
don't.
Up like Trump?
I don't really. I wouldn't even say it's his politics. It's just the fact that
gas prices are lower.
He keeps coming back. He doesn't give a fuck.
If he works it.
And he really is a great business guy. Like the fucking shoes.
Nice.
Like he's just like,
yo,
hey, I need to make some. Some money.
That's so funny too. You know why you made the shoes, right?
Yeah.
To get the black vote. For real.
Really?
He's like, you know what they need? They need, you know what the blacks, they like sneakers. You know?
But I would love a pair of those shoes. I'm not lying. Like, I would wear those shoes.
Oh, they're beautiful.
I would be happy to
gold.
walk down Pike Place Avenue with my Trump.
Pike Place Avenue.
I want the golds though. I don't want the.
That's so funny.
I don't want the. I don't want blue. I don't want white.
No, yeah, the golds.
I need the golds.
Yeah.
The gold Trumps.
No, those are the real ones.
So if anybody out there that owns,
my God,
if anybody
we should be
software,
sponsored by this shit.
If anybody is a software developer who owns a comedy club in Capitol Hill, I would really appreciate a pair of Trump shoes.
Yeah.
Donate them to the pod, please.
Seriously, that if we could, I would become the happiest person alive if anything in the comedy that I'm doing. Like, I don't need money, but if I started getting brand representation and like Trump shoes was one of the first things I got, I would know that I made it in comedy. I would just be done. I would quit. I would quit comedy if I got Trump sneakers.
We're really easily influenced. If any political party wants to donate to this podcast, we will support your cause. We will be.
I'll do Biden. Adderall.
I'm happy to be part of the Green Party. If you got the green,
yeah.
and the
Like
Peace and Freedom Party, whatever the that is.
Yeah, the men can get pregnant party.
Yes. Felix Blanco is leading the charge on that one.
Yeah.
He really wants to get pregnant so he can feel exactly what a woman feels.
Oh, that reminded me of when we were talking the last pod we did here, and we were talking about the Shanghai room, me getting banned, and then Scott Coburn commented, he's like, well, the reason you got banned is because she thought you were pro-Israel and you made a joke about men getting pregnant. And I'm like, Rob Conroy, pro-dirty Jew? Like that, talk about a joke right there. She thought I was pro-Jew? Okay, come on, bitch. And then the other thing was, I thought, I said, I hope men can get pregnant because that would give me a reason to quit drinking.
You would think.
Yeah.
But if you really want
my baby would have fetal alcohol syndrome.
If you want to raise your child to be the greatest comedian of all time,
Yeah.
you need a glass of Hypnotic every couple.
No, you need to hit the Twisted Tea.
Yeah, hit that Twisted
Yeah.
Tea, baby.
Shout out Twisted Tea.
So the last thing I'll say about Trump is I just love talking about this now. I guess it's just I like the bad guy, I like the villain, and he's not even really the villain anymore. Like it's so sad to see.
Dude, if he's the villain, anybody could kill that guy. The newest recruit to the magical Negro society could defeat him.
Yeah. But moving on from that whole thing, we're at 20.
We got so long.
We got plenty of time to go. So we got the movie reviews. We talked a little bit about Trump.
We do need to go see that for sure.
I did have another point, and maybe I will remember it once we get back to it. But let's talk back about you getting heckled there.
Whiskey Mile?
Yeah, Whiskey Mile.
I wouldn't call it heckled. I would call it booed off stage. They said clapped off stage. They started clapping and like, you already got clapped off stage.
But it was literally just two guys. So
yeah, but there was only 6 people there, so that was that was 1/3 of the room.
Well, I was disappointed there was no big boob Asian women
I
there.
know.
That threw off the whole set.
You know what's crazy? It's so funny that literally the week before, I had the room in the palm of my hand.
I was there.
And yeah, there's a big boobed Asian, and I just saw her, and I was just like, oh, big boobed Asian. That's basically what happened. I just I saw her tits, and they were amazing, and then I just said big boobed Asian, and she loved it. And she was like, these tits cost a lot of money, honey, and I really appreciate that you pointed them out. And then I kept looking at them the rest of the night, and they were just perfect. And they didn't look fake at all, even though I could tell they were fake because she was like 5'3", and had these giant, just perfect tits. And it was great. And so then, I'm like, okay, I own the Whiskey Mile now. And then I go there the next week, and I did not own the Whiskey Mile. I was the most hated.
You really weren't. You just.
The worst part was, okay.
I know what it's like, though.
Here's what made me mad, and I'm going to do another name drop, but I don't even know this guy that well, but I've seen his Instagram, so I know he's doing comedy. But that Michelle guy.
Oh, yeah.
He goes, he's whatever. He's a new comic. He had a set. He did whatever. Like, I have no comment on his set or anything, but it was just a new comic.
That guy's got some fucking arms on him.
Yeah,
he looks
a beast.
like a
beast.
carpenter.
But he goes, you tried. That's what he said. He goes, you tried.
Yeah.
Like, bitch, do you know who I am?
It's interesting when I don't know. I haven't had a lot of people give me that kind of criticism before.
No, I get it all the time though, and I get it. I'm doing something different here, So I can't beggars can't be choosers type of thing. I guess it's not quite that, but I can't get up there. I can't be like a hypocrite and be like, why is everyone hating on me when I go up there and take these big swings. But I don't know. That was just a really tough night. That was a tough night, dude. It sucked.
Well, we all go through it, It's the last few I was telling him, I said, for some reason in January, every set that I did was great. And then since then, I'm doing the same material, but it's just not going over so well.
Yeah,
so.
and it could be your vibe. You know, you're just sort of sick of it. I've definitely...
Yeah.
I'm definitely noticing a trend, but it's super weird now because it's just, like, just the juxtaposition of everything. Like, when I first started doing comedy... I would do the same thing. I'd have like great nights, and then I'd hit these lulls, and I'm like, oh, I don't think I'm funny, and it was kind of depressing or whatever. And so I'm kind of in that lull again, but it's so weird now because I've literally done like 25 minutes in a room and just like, and just like destroyed the room. And so now I'm like, okay, I know I'm funny, but so it's just super confusing and weird. It's the same things happening though. I'm just totally in this like rut, kind of.
Well. And I was talking to Jake earlier because of the Tacoma thing, and now I'm starting to realize you really have to tailor jokes to certain audiences, even outside of Seattle, which is
I mean,
like Renton is different from Kirkland, and Kirkland is different from Tacoma.
And that's the thing too. I can't I can't complain too much because a comic's job is to read the room and play to the room. So like,
is it?
I think so. I mean, I think a good comic should be able to go into any room and be able to feel it out and be funny. Yeah.
But what if we're not good comics?
I mean, I don't think you need to say what if.
Yeah, I don't need to say it, but I'm going to. What if we were not great comics?
No, we suck. But the great news that I've noticed is, like, at least as far as Seattle goes, nobody's good. So,
yeah, no big stars.
Yeah, I look around and I'm like, okay, if that guy can do it, then like anybody can do it. And that's kind of the bottom line, you know. So
back to soccer. I'm really curious.
You mean football?
Yeah, it's football. So how long did you play?
So that's what I'm saying. It was kind of important. Like, T-ball was the first thing I did, and we did baseball as a big thing, but soccer was the most important and memorable thing because I played from first grade all the way to sixth grade, and we were undefeated from first grade to sixth grade.
And ladies, that's how he got that frame.
Yeah.
That famous Conroy frame that you all have seen walking out in the middle of the night. And that was it. Just kind of soccer, T-ball. And then you said you played football.
Well, I played football in high school, but so here's what's great. And I was very up and down in my weight. So in like ninth grade, I was very thin, but then by 12th grade, I was super fat. And so and I was in two different high schools, like four different high schools, and I played football in two. In ninth grade, I played wide receiver and cornerback. And so I was like more running and like catching. And then in 12th grade, I was so fat, I was like a middle linebacker. So
they
doesn't know. And by the way, I was like third string on all these things. Like they did not. I sucked. Even whether I was fat or skinny, I sucked.
That's the great thing about sports is they always have a place for you no matter what. They say.
Oh yeah, I mean,
you know, are you depressed that your dad died and you ate all summer? Well, come on, you could be an offensive lineman.
No, in my 12th grade fat lineman days, we actually had a girl. There was a girl on the team. She was like fourth string. They didn't even. She was the only person on fourth string. I'm sure she'd be identified as a man these days, but this is ancient times. Yeah. This is a different day. You know, men couldn't be women back then. And so I don't remember her name, but I just remember she was just like really, you know, redheaded, very quiet but very masculine girl. And obviously, like, we'd talk about her behind her back and like make jokes about her. And that I you know, looking back on it, I actually, from an empathetic point of view, like that must have been tough. I'm sure.
Yeah.
Too bad she couldn't identify. I wish she could have been trans.
There was this girl on our wrestling team. She was the only girl, and she was not very good looking, but she was a girl. So I swear to God,
that's all that matters.
Every time I wrestled with her, I had to fight away, like, because you're wearing
absolutely,
you're wearing, you can see everything.
Yeah.
And so it was.
That sounds fun. I almost got a boner just thinking about it.
Difficult,
but I didn't. So I'm not a pedophile.
I can remember this girl though, like she had like fucking like pulled back hair, and glasses.
Do you ever jerk off to the thought?
Oh, I was jerking off last night to all the people at the 907 though.
Yeah.
There was so many people.
Oh yeah, not the big boob.
I literally had I was gonna tell a joke and I forgot because I was kind of. But there was a trans person there. There was a black person there.
Gotta jerk off to that.
And there was
you're racist.
And a woman in a wheelchair. And I was like, hey, it's all my favorite porn categories.
Yeah. Except, well, you didn't bring your midget friend.
Yeah. Sam, what up? Shout out.
We're allowed to say midget. We have one who's a friend.
He actually says the word.
Yeah.
Like, I was talking to him about Brad Williams. I think he's a little person. And I was like, you ever heard of Brad Williams? He's like, the midget? I was like, yeah, well, you said it on me, buddy.
Hey, what up, my midget? Cool. That'd be, you know what? It'd be super cool if, like, every category used their slur to each other like blacks do.
Yeah, what up, midget?
Yeah, hey, midget, what up? And it's like, what am I, cripple?
What up, cracker? I feel like white people would probably be like the worst insults.
Oh, dude, white people suck.
You troglodyte.
Yeah, white people are the worst, dude. I literally do hate I hate white people so much. White people are the ones who booed me off stage. So, like, white
it's
people,
true.
You're racist and I hate you. I really do.
It's true. We have black friends. We don't need you to boo us off the stage.
My black friends hate me enough.
Did you ever get any injuries while you were playing sports?
No, dude. That's for good people. You know, people who are good at sports.
Yeah, I didn't either. I did get hit in the face with a baseball
honestly,
a couple times.
I don't even know. Like, I bet you I played, like, at least football. I mean, soccer. Even soccer, they didn't put me in very much. I probably played less than an hour of sports in my entire, like, actual active playing time in my entire life. Like, I'm counting baseball and t-ball and shit, too.
Wow.
I probably played an hour, maybe less.
So
I sucked at sports. Why do you think I do comedy? I was bullied, you know?
Let's just pretend. Let's do a clean slate and pretend that this comedy career never happened. If you had to be one athlete in a sport, what would it be?
Probably badminton.
Badminton.
Yeah.
Yes, because they have something called a shuttlecock.
Yes. I just love I love shuttlecock.
You know, I would love to just sit here and riff and joke on that, but I bet you there's an actual, like, serious, like, interesting story about badminton, because what is it? Like,
it's a weird it's from UK, right? It's got to be a UK thing.
Yeah, it's probably Minton, badminton.
I mean, I've played badminton like with people who played it competitively. I played it.
I cannot believe that people play what?
Competitive
badminton.
Yeah, it's dude.
Wait a minute. Wait. What if? I feel like we can do like a Dana White thing and just bring badminton to the mainstream.
I wouldn't mind it.
Yeah,
I think it's so. I was playing. That's what I was kind of trying to get at. I was playing I played badminton like quite often just for fun. I remember I played it at Our Lady of Fatima in the gym. I don't know why, but we did, and I remember I was like good at it because the thing, like, you know, it gets caught on the air and it slows down. It's really easy to hit. You have time and you can finesse it. So I was actually okay at it because I had time to like think, and then we got with these like competitive players, and I'm like, I was like, I'm good at this. I can play you guys, and they were like smashing it. They had like techniques and like wrist moves, and they could like put top spin on it. And I was like, okay, this shit's hard as fuck, and it's actually like an athletic sport.
Extreme badminton. I used to play. This is like one of the most ghetto things I can think of, and this also came. The idea came from a black neighbor, so this is where it came from. We used to play tetherball at school. And so me and my sister wanted to play tetherball at home. Well, what we do, we put a rubber ball in a couple plastic bags.
Nice.
Put a rope on it, tie it to the
That's
stop sign.
And you learned that from a black man.
Yes, and then we would play.
Did you,
me and my sister and Dwayne, we would play tetherball on the stop sign.
Did you
until the bag would break.
Yeah.
And then we would have to go home and make a new one.
Yeah, and somebody made grape drink while you guys waited.
Oh yeah, we were probably, and it was probably Shasta.
Yeah.
Shout out to Shasta.
That's cool, man. That's pretty ghetto. Was that before or after your dad pushed your mom down the stairs?
No, so that was his second wife.
Okay.
And I think he kicked.
Was he on meth?
Probably.
Hell yeah, that's my guy.
So So I didn't see my dad for a few years.
He just like disappeared.
Well,
and then he came back and he's like, "Hey, welcome back." Pow! And he just kicks her.
I would love to sit down with my dad or my mom and actually
I want to
get the actual story. Yeah. But so there's this weird time in my life where I wasn't allowed to be with either one of them.
Like CPS.
So it was my younger sister's dad is a sex offender, and so because my mom and
solidarity with those
because
guys.
My mom and him were together, they were like, we don't want the kids around that. And then my dad, we went to go live with him in Fresno, and then like for a week later, he got arrested for domestic violence, and then we went back to Sacramento.
But hey, man, you know what? None of that matters because you're white, and you had a great life.
And I have privilege. You know, I have so much privilege. I mean, look at me. I mean, I'm just
your hair's gay colored.
I'm a walking ball of privilege. Yes.
Balls of privilege.
I don't know why I brought up the Fresno thing.
I mean, I brought up your parents kicking.
Oh yeah, that's what it was. Yeah, that was the 90s. So yeah, that was that time. It was his second wife. But yeah, I have heard that he kind of choked my mom when I was a baby.
It's so weird. This is where I need to talk to a therapist. So there's 2 points where I had to hold back laughter. It's where you said sexual assault, and then where you said she choked my mom. I was like, I was like, I don't know why that was about to make me laugh. So I think some of you people are a little on to me. You're right. I'm a terrible person.
We all deal with things in our own way.
Yeah.
And
gotta laugh at the darkness.
Yeah, exactly. That's what comedy is all about. It's all about making things better. So, but my dad, my dad did some crazy man back in the 80s, before there were phones. He told me he used to put cocaine in his eyes, like in his eyeballs.
That's awesome. I've never done that.
That's like, I want to know.
I kind of want to try that with meth.
He probably did.
If you've done cocaine in the eyeballs, you do meth.
Yeah, well, I mean, and I don't know most of the stories, so
yeah,
he could probably.
That sounds awesome, dude. I really want to hang out with your dad.
Yeah, he's a good dude. One time I actually had a recorder.
It all makes sense why you like me so much.
Yeah,
yeah,
you're just like my dad. I had a recorder just like this, and one time our band played a show. And I parked my car at my girlfriend's house, their apartment complex. I left all the shit in there, guitars, recording stuff. And somebody busted my window out and stole everything. I came out the next morning. It's sad, I was crying. Oh, gone. And I called my dad, and I wasn't even talking to him at the time. We didn't have a relationship, but I was like, my dad's a tweaker. He knows all the tweakers in this apartment complex, and he literally found the guy that got my guitar.
Dude, that's a great memory of your dad.
It was.
Thank God your dad is a tweaker.
Yeah,
is what I'm saying.
And not even 24 hours later, they already had ripped the insignia off the case, like they had peeled it off.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
No, that's cool, dude. Honestly, that's a great story, and I think you should work it out on stage somehow.
I don't know how that.
Because there's something there in the sense that it's like. Your dad, he was a tweaker, and if he wasn't a tweaker, you would have never been able to have that happen. Yeah. So your dad was able to show you the ropes or something. I don't know. There's something there. But that's for you to figure out. Steven.
I have all these stories that they sound a little funny, but then there's no punchline.
Yeah, it's because it's so sad.
It's
so sad.
There's this great memory I have where this is a comedy related memory here. Dave Attell was gonna perform New Year's Eve. I think it was 2010 in Sacramento, and I'd never been to a comedy show. I wanted to go. Dave Attell's my favorite comic. I was like, Dad, let's go. And my dad at the time was having fucking back problems and getting all these pills from different people, and Percocets and Noxies.
Molly Percocet.
And he showed up. This was New Year's Eve, and he was fucked up, I don't even know how he drove to my house. And I was like, hey, you sure you're going to be ready to go to this comedy show? I'm like, now I'm just thinking, like, I'm so glad I didn't go because instantly they would, like, point him out and throw him out and all that kind of shit.
No, but dude, what if here it could have been another happy dad story where it's like, my dad was David Tell's drug dealer.
Yeah. But he was really fucked up falling asleep. So I was like, let me get you some food. Dumb idea, because now I know as somebody who takes pills that anytime you eat, it's just going to make you even. It's got like muscle relaxers and stuff.
Yeah.
Like if you eat, then you're going to pass out right away. So I bought him this.
Was he like nodding off?
Yeah. I bought him a burrito, and then I was like, he ate it. He's got like fucking lettuce and sauce like just dripping out of the side of his face. Like
I'm
asleep,
digging this.
Eating it. And then I was like, are you ready to go to this comedy show? And he's like, yeah. Then pretty much halfway there, I was like, Dad, you're falling asleep. And like he would, you know, the band The Police?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So he'd be like falling asleep, and then he'd be like, sending out an SO.
That's so funny.
Just going in and out of the song. And I was like, Dad,
that's awesome.
I'm going to, I said, I'm going to drop you off. I'm going to see if I can find another person to go with me.
And you didn't make it to the show.
No.
That's
I
bad.
didn't go. You know
what?
I called a
I
friend.
Next time David Tell's performing, I think I'll go with you, but I'm gonna get really high.
Yes.
Yeah.
Me too.
Yeah. And I think it's crazy. I think it's great that this addiction runs in your family and you're holding steady. You know, you're just you don't have a problem. You just have an issue.
Yes. What's my issue?
I don't know.
He's like,
ask your dad.
My mom also definitely she is addicted to weed. It's not a joke. I mean, and she'll admit it. I think we're both similar in that way too. I mean, she will. Yeah. She'll sit there with a bong until you tell her to stop. Yeah. Like, she will just keep hitting it over.
I mean,
and over
dude,
again.
I've seen people. My friend Daytona, he was like, he actually became homeless over
Daytona.
Yeah.
Wow. Named after a beach.
Yeah, he became or a race car thing.
Yeah, that's worth. Yeah, the race happens at the beach, right?
Oh yeah. But anyways, he was like, I mean, he also eventually.
That's how manly we are, Jake. That race car thing, NASCAR.
The place where they drive. But yeah, he was. I mean, he like, I'm sure now he's or not. I mean, I know now he's on like heroin and meth. But like, there was a time where he was just doing weed, and he still was homeless, and he would like have to like couch surf and like smoke everyone else's weed. I'm like, and I would get so annoyed because I was doing meth. And I'm like, dude, I don't get how you're homeless over weed. You know, like, get a fucking job, you dork.
Yeah. Weed's not an addiction, man.
Yeah. No, it's an addiction, but I just don't. It's like, it's crazy that you can get home. And I know you can't. There's this other guy I used to do when I did Labor Ready, when I was homeless, where you just like go and they give you a job for the day and then you get paid for the day. And he only did weed. He would smoke dab, like oil, but he'd smoke it out of a meth bubble. But I'm like, dude, I know you do meth because I did meth. I was hoping he did meth. I was like, let's fucking do some meth. And he's like, no, I just use this for the weed. And the dude would like smoke so much he'd like pass out. And then like they didn't even like people wouldn't even hire him on jobs. Like literally, this is a place where they know they're getting homeless people. Like the jobs are so it's not fun work. It's actually kind of the worst grunt work. But they know they're getting like homeless dirtbags. Yeah. And they were like, we don't want him. He's always falling asleep. He smoked weed out of a meth pipe.
Jesus Christ.
So yeah, anyways, the point of the story is, yes, there are very few, but people can get so addicted to weed that it like fucks you up. I wonder if somebody's that addicted to like fucking energy drinks or something. It's probably possible.
Well, I've heard of people dying when they drink too many, but
I saw it like an MTV. There's like, it was like. Fuck, I don't remember. It was some reality show where they like spotlight people with problems, and there's one like I'm addicted to energy drinks, and the guy would drink like 15 energy drinks a day, and then
Jesus Christ,
his friend who's also addicted had just died of a heart attack from energy drinks. So like you can, but I don't know. He wasn't homeless though. I was literally wondering if like someone's homeless over fucking coffee.
If I drink 3 energy drinks, I'm constipated for 2 days. Oh yeah,
so. I love energy drinks, but they just make me anxious and shit. You know, I'd rather do cocaine or something.
Yeah, coffee. No, I knew about the coffee enemas.
Yeah,
my strange addiction.
Special.
Yeah, Never tried those though.
They're very
unfortunately.
spiritual. Yeah, if I'm gonna do an enema, it's gonna be. I'd do a ketamine enema. That'd be.
Kedema.
Ketamine.
That sounds like a Tool song. Kedema. Chapter 1. So, you have a lot of weird stories. You ran into a lot of weird people. What is the weirdest drug you've seen somebody else on?
Huh.
See,
This is a good question.
I love asking the questions. I get down to the real deal nitty gritty here at the Comedy Simp podcast.
Well, I'm trying to think.
What's the craziest person you've seen on drugs?
Me. I got pretty crazy, man. But I think honestly.
Oh, I got a story to tell today too. So go ahead.
Well, I think the guy that smoked weed out of a meth pipe, it was just pretty crazy to watch him because he would literally smoke and pass out, and there's like, and then he would get like, he told me, and I know it's from the weed. He was just like in psychosis. He told me like he would like to travel and like hitchhike, but he didn't believe in currency, so he would only eat food that he found in the garbage, and like I don't know, dude. And he had this like whole like theory about like how weed is like a spiritual connector or whatever. So anyways, I mean,
Wait,
it's not,
is that the weed Jesus?
No, that's not weed Jesus, but it's like the same guy, same idea, right? But
there's many incarnations of weed Jesus.
I don't know the craziest. Or there's this girl Leslie. She would do meth, but she was really crazy. She was super fat. She would still do meth and like never. She would just do meth and like gorge out and eat. So fat and gross. And then she just have like, I was using her to like stay at her place and smoke her meth, obviously. And she would yell at me because I wouldn't have sex with her. She'd be like, "Come." I was like, "I'm not." I'm like, "Nah." She's like, "Then at least cuddle." I'm like, "I'll cuddle with you. That's fine." And then she'd call like, literally in a day, like 3 black dudes to come over and just get out. You need to go to the living room now. And then I just hear her like, and like just getting like railed. And she looked like a Ursula from like Little Mermaid. Yeah, it's just that. So
what a poor, unfortunate soul.
Yeah, that's mad.
Zinger.
Good one. You should do comedy.
I know. I should try. So yeah, this happened today. Like, really, I was driving home, Lundin Parkway and Highway 9 on in Lake Stevens. I'm at the intersection, and I look over, and this guy's like kind of passed out or whatever in the driver's seat, and then I don't know, not passed out, but I just think he's high or just tired or whatever. And then I look over again, and I see this lady like leaning into his car and like trying to see I was like, what's going on? And then she's looking at me, and she's like, "Call 911." And I was like, I thought this guy's having a heart attack or something. And then so I'm calling the phone, and it starts ringing, and then she's like, "He's drunk. I just took the keys out of his car." And I was like, "Oh, great. I thought this guy was having a heart attack. Now he's like
now you just got a guy, like a poor guy, a DUI."
Yeah. So I was like, "Yeah, there's this guy here. He's kind of passed out in the intersection. The lady took his keys." And then she grabs my phone. And then I was like, "What the?" And then she's like reading the license plate and what kind of car it is and all that kind of stuff.
I hate her.
And she's like, "Oh, I'm sorry. I just forgot to grab my own phone."
I hate her.
And then finally she gave it back to me because they needed my name. And then she's like, and then the dude, he woke up and he just got out of his car because he couldn't find his keys. And then he just started walking up.
Nice.
He started walking up the highway.
Hope he got away with it.
And so, I
hope he got away with it.
I was just like, "Hey, I'm in an intersection, and this guy, he's walking up Highway 9. She's like, "Okay, Lake Stevens Police Department's been called." And I was like, "All right, cool." And then that was that, and I left. But
yeah, that's.
I literally would. That's not.
That guy should not be driving. Obviously, like he's a danger to society. But like, I don't know, man. Let the police catch. He'll get caught. You don't need to like interrupt. You don't need to be like a bitch.
Yeah,
Karen.
And maybe this is just part of my personality. I have a hard time caring about people that I don't care about.
Yeah.
I don't feel like people are going to care about me. So
no, it's not even. Well, I get that, and like some people be like, "Well, that's kind of selfish or whatever." But And I'm saying that too. I just don't care because like it's not even like about like, oh, they don't care about me, so I don't care about them. I just don't care because I'm done with this shit. And I don't even know if most people are even real. Like, I've done too much meth, dude. I know we're in a simulation, so, like, I don't care if fucking simulation people die. And I know that bitch I hit in my car, that was just simulation blood, okay?
Yeah. And it Simulation Blood. That's like a great band name.
Simulation Blood, dude.
Or album, the new album from Megadeth. Simulation Blood.
Yeah.
Now available on Truth Social streaming only. But I guess with the DUI thing, I'm glad that he didn't go driving. But if he was having like a cardiac arrest, it's like,
yeah, it's
funny.
Not
my business.
Yeah.
Like let.
No, I get it. I mean, I'm almost more inclined though to save a guy having cardiac arrest and to call the cops on a guy who's drunk. Maybe I'm the fucked up one.
Yeah.
But I just because I know that he's gonna. So there's this one time I had an Uber driver pick me up. I was at the casino.
Oh, was it you drunk Uber driver?
Did I tell you the story? Yeah.
I think you might have.
Yeah, I was at the casino and I got picked up by this Uber driver, and then I could tell he picks me up and like he's there instantly, and then he's just telling me, he's like, dude, this is an awesome night. I was at the casino. I won a bunch of money. Just turn on the app. Boom, you're here. And he's like, I'm making so much money. And the car reeks of alcohol, and the guy's like wasted, but he didn't swerve or whatever, but he's drunk. And it was, I'm like, cool, man. And then he drops me off, and I tell people, and they're like, what the hell? You should have, like, called Uber on him. And I was like, dude, if that guy does that all the time, he'll get what's coming to him. I'm not, he didn't scare me or anything. Like, it's fine. People were, like, mad at me that I told the story and didn't report him.
Okay, well, let's put this in a liberal perspective. Imagine watching some people breaking into a store and stealing stuff. Is it your job to call the police on them?
No way, dude.
No.
Yeah.
Same thing. So, come on. It's as long as you know that he wasn't in one of those situations where this guy's going to kill somebody now. You know. Because personally, there are probably way more drunk drivers out there than we even know.
And I just figure, like, like I said, if he, it's possible that was like a one-time thing for him. Why would I want to like ruin his life for this one mistake? But if it's not a one-time thing and he like just loves getting plastered and picking people up, then like he's going to get popped. And I don't need to be the one who does it.
Yeah. So with that said, we're almost at an hour.
Jason Katz had a great set about how to drink and drive, and you should listen to it. Is it something that I really need to pay attention to? If you want to drink and drive, I thought if this is actually helpful, yeah.
So, hey, guys, Rob here has got a show coming up at the Capitol Saloon.
May 6th.
Standing on business.
Stand on business.
There's a
lot. Headlining is going to be the famous PJ from the prominent Hell Yeah podcast.
And Rob will be there. I may be there.
You'll be there.
There'll be a DJ action.
And PJ better start plugging it on his pod.
Yeah.
For fuck's sake.
So we're announcing this now at the Capitol.
March 6th. Maybe we could put the link in.
Capitol Saloon?
Central Saloon.
I always want to say Capitol for some reason. Central Saloon.
Meth. It's because it's the meth capital.
It's so famous that I remember the name of it, the
Yes.
Central Saloon. But this is going to be different. We're not going to put together a Shanghai Room show or a brewery show. This is a real venue.
Yeah. And my
real
friend,
history.
This girl, she's like recruiting and getting people to come already. Like, she's all excited about it. People are excited about it. It's going to be a good show.
Yeah, and we're giving away a PlayStation 5, maybe.
Yeah, or 2.
All right, so I don't know if this podcast...
We're giving away the American Society of National Magical Negroes
movie
DVD
tickets.
Box set.
We're giving away tickets to the movie.
Yeah.
We've rented out. We've done a private screening.
Did you say you don't know if this pod's going to go up?
I don't know.
I'm going to be pissed, dude.
It's going. But
you can edit stuff if you have to.
So by the time this comes out and the show happens, we're going to be giving away tickets to the movie. We're going to have Blu-ray copies signed by
VHS.
all your
the Negroes, all your favorite Negroes.
all your favorite comedians of the darker complexion will sign copies of your film that we're giving away at the Central Saloon May 6th. So
Stand on business.
Stand on business. Stand on business. So reach out to PJ and Rob and myself, and we're really excited. It's going to be a good show, and it's going to be a night you will never forget, right?
I'll forget it.
And I'm gonna forget.
I'm
gonna forget it like right
while it's
now.
happening,
So, any other closing words before we finish this?
Don't
pod?
drink and drive.
Yeah, that's actually a good point. Don't drink and drive. Stephen Michael James and Ron Conroy do not condone drinking and driving.
Yeah.